In this video, I'm going to show how to place an exploded view or a presentation file into a drawing sheet and add a parts list and balloons. So I've created an empty drawing sheet here, entered in the information appropriate for this project, and now I have to go to Base in Replace Views, and I have to choose the file that I created. Now, if we first open this up and it doesn't show the presentation files, it's possible that the types of files are wrong or not selected correctly. So just change it to either include all Inventor files or the presentation files. And I'm going to choose the one I just did before, so I'll open that. And notice it's attached to my cursor, but it's not in the view I wanted. I wanted to put it in the view that I had created it in the exploded view. If one of the isometrics doesn't work for what you had done, then click on the little view, change view orientation cube, and it'll let you adjust your view. I had saved the view I was working in as the home view for this, so I'll just go to home, and you can see now it's the way that I wanted it, or the way I created it. So I'll press Finish Custom View. And the size, you want to adjust the scale. You want it large enough to comfortably fill the page, but not so big that it will overlap on the edges. I think if for this one I go to 1:1 scale, it'll still fit. If that's too big, then just adjust it down from that. And then before I place the view, I want to see the colors of the objects. So underneath the style, I'm going to turn the third one on, shaded, so that I can see the colors. So I'll left click now and place it in place. Right click and press OK. Adjust it up just a little bit there. Then I want to make a parts list for this exploded view. So underneath the Annotate tab, I'm going to choose Parts List. And I can leave all of the defaults for this particular project, so I can press OK. You can see it's attached to my cursor, so I'm going to anchor it to the top right-hand corner. Now I've got a parts list, however I've got a quantity, which I really don't need because it's one each, and I've got a description which is empty, so I'm going to get rid of those two columns. Right-click on the parts list and choose Edit Parts List. And the first button is the column chooser, and I can select description and remove, and quantity and remove, and press OK. If I need to adjust the width of the parts list at all, I can use this. I can hover over the borders of the columns, and that will give me a cursor to adjust that. Now notice also that the first piece, green piece, that's good the way it's named here, but the others don't follow that pattern. The reason being is that I didn't name these other pieces, the files, as carefully as I should have, and it by default grabs the name of the files as the part number here. But we can change that in the iProperties of the parts themselves. So I'm going to open up the orange piece, the orange piece file. And if I right-click in the browser on the name of the piece, I can go to iProperties. And underneath Project, I can see one of the fields is part number. It says orange now, but I'm going to change that to all capital letters, orange piece, and press OK. I'll save this and then close it. And now when I've come back to my drawing sheet, you can see that it's now updated that part number for that piece to be called orange piece. So I'll do the same for the purple, red, and yellow pieces. Now that my part numbers are all listed correctly, I'm going to put balloons in for the pieces. The balloon tool is in the Annotate tab as well. You need to have a parts list before you can put balloons in. Click on Balloon, and it gives you a cursor to do the balloons. The way you add the balloons is you first click on the part that you want to add the balloon for. Then you left click where you want to place the balloon. Now notice that it defaults to snapping to certain angles on the piece. With an isometric view, exploded view, I like to follow the lines of the isometric view because that seems to look the nicest. So I'll left click to place it and then right click and choose continue, and that will allow me to go to the next piece. Left click to place, right click to continue, left click to place, right click to continue. And when I get to the last piece, left click, right click to continue. And since I'm done, I can just press escape. So now I have my exploded view placed in the view on the drawing sheet. I've got a parts list with each of the items numbered and the correct part name as the part number, and then the balloons showing all of the parts. And I'm done.